Alright, what's going on, everybody? This is Juan from the YUGIOH here to profile to you today my Counter Fairy deck. I just picked it up last week. I've been playtesting with it all last week. I'm so excited that this deck came out. And then since the ban list just happened, currently got a buff by Solemn Judgment coming back, and it's just amazing. The deck does so many wonders. The Synchro guy's really good. He's really fun to play. Overall, this deck is just amazing. It has so many combos, and it's just so fun. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get into it by starting off with the monster lineup. Alright, starting off first with the monsters, we got 3 Bountiful Artemis. Probably one of the best cards in the deck. Lets you draw a card each time a counter trap is activated, and that's not a once per turn for any of these. So if you activate a Solemn Strike and you control 2, you draw 2 cards. It's amazing. Lets you recover, lets you resource well. I don't know, it just does so much, and I'm so glad they reprinted it. Next, we got 3 copies of Guardian Ariande. This card's really amazing. It lets you not pay cost for pretty much any of your counter traps, or discard or anything like that. So you scale this and you're just golden. You can activate Solemn Judgment for a cost of 0 life points. You can activate strikes, anything like that for no cost. And then also, since we're playing Card of Demise, you can scale this and it counts as like a card you kind of set. So it's like just really good. Next, we're playing 1 Power Angel Valkyria. She's really good. Yeah, if you negate anything, you can add a light fairy monster. So she's kind of like a Rhoda if you negate something. And then we play 2 Minervas. I really wish she would have got printed in like Super, because each time a counter trap is activated, she gains 500 attack, and that's permanent gain. And then also you get to add a counter trap back from your graveyard, except for the one that was just activated, and that's not a hard once per turn either. So it's just really good. The last 2 cards we play are 1 Mitzli, Sage of the Sky. Each time a counter trap is activated, this card gains 1,000 attack permanently, and if Sanctuary on the Sky is on the field, you can destroy a card. So that's really good. And next we play the boss monster, I guess you could say. He's alright. He does piercing. He lets you add a counter trap if he does damage. He's really kind of easy to bring out. So yeah, we play 1 of those. He's just pretty good to bring out off the trap. He's a brick if you see him in your hand. So that's it for the monster lineup. It's kind of small, but it has to be small because we're playing Card of Demise and we only get 1 normal summon. Next we play 1 Sanctuary in the Sky, and 3 Sanctuary of the Parshaft. This is also considered Sanctuary in the Sky while it's on the field. Monsters gain 300 attack and defense, and the best part about this card is your set back row cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. So the only thing they can target is this. If they have Twin Twister, they have to waste both their targets on this, unless you have something else that's already face up, but you normally don't. So you just like activate this and set 4 and pass. And also it has a second effect that you can target a total of fairies and or counter traps with different names in your graveyard and place them to the top of your deck. So if you know you want a fairy back, you can add like 2 fairies and a counter trap, and then you can upstart to add that fairy normal summon, and then like if they do something, you can negate it and you can draw a card off like Artemis if that's what you choose. And this card is just really good. Sanctuary in the Sky, just all fairy type monsters battled become 0, so it's just really good. Next, for probably one of the best cards in the deck, we're playing triple Card of Demise. This card makes this card makes this deck just stand out so much further. Being able to draw 3 cards is just ridiculous. Like I can't even tell you how great this card is. Really amazing. There's nothing else. There's no card in this deck that compete with draw 3 cards. Next 2 cards we have are 2 Pot of Desires. Pot of Desires being one of the best draw cards in the game. Not the best draw card in this deck, but one of the best draw cards in this game. So we gotta run it. We run 2 of these. It's pretty good. Next we run 1 Pot of Duality. It's a hard one to return. Kind of the same as all these other ones, but I think Pot of Duality is a little less, so only run 1. Next we run 1 Upstart Goblin. Like I was saying with the Parshaft card, you can do that, or you can do Duality with it. Or you can put Parshaft and then draw 3 cards, and then you know exactly what you're drawing. Just amazing. Next, for the spells, we run 3 copies of Ties of the Brethren. This card conflicts with Card of Demise and Pot of Duality, but when you resolve this, it's amazing when this resolves. But yeah, this card's just beyond amazing. Lets you pay 2K to basically summon the whole deck. You can summon a Minerva, and then Ties Other Brethren will allow you to summon Bountiful Artemis. You can summon Guardian Ariande, and you can summon this, which is a really strong board. So you'll be able to draw. When this dies, you can start your counter trap, and then then this will recur your counter traps, and that's just a really strong board. Turn 1, and that's like kind of what you hope to do. But yeah, that's last 2 spells are Dark Hole and Regeki. Just amazing cards. You know, I like this card a lot. I've pretty much stapled these cards in almost every deck I play. Board wipes are just amazing. They get out of everything, any situation you need. So yeah, that's why I play those. And that's it for the spell lineup. Pretty hefty spell lineup, but all the spells just basically draw you a card or get you an advantage in some way. Now here's time for the good stuff. We run 3 copies of Divine Punishment, basically being a solemn judgment for anything in the game. All you gotta do is control Sanctuary in the Sky. Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous card. Next, we only run 2 copies of Ultimate Providence. We don't always have the Guardian Ariande on the field, so we have to discard for it, and we're running Card of Demise. But if you open up Guardian Ariande in this, it's free negation, solemn judgment, but it doesn't always happen, so I cut it down to 2. This card is kind of the same. Like, we don't always have a counter trap to reveal, but if we have Guardian Ariande, we're good. Just a really good card. And it doesn't destroy it, it kind of shuffles it back into the deck at the cost of 1,000 life points, and if you have Ariande, you don't have to pay that. And then also, the benefit of this card is you're able to special summon the Power Shaft guy from the extra deck to the field, or you could summon the main deck monster. Always summon the main deck monster first, just because he is the main deck monster, you don't want to brick him. But if you already bricked him or banished him with Desires or drew him or something like that, you clearly summon this one, and it makes pretty much a negation turn into a monster as well. And that's just something that can be warranted, and it's really, really, really nice. Next, last, we have triple copies of Solemn Strike. Amazing card, guys. You have no idea what this card does for the deck. Being able to negate special summons and effects for the cost of 1,500 is just amazing. Next, we have 1 copy of Solemn Warning. Being able to negate non-inherent summons and inherent summons is just amazing, amazing, amazing. And last but not least, we got the 1 copy of Solemn Judgment. Yeah, baby. Solemn Judgment. I'm so glad it's back. This deck got a buff. This deck is really, really, really cheap, guys. Like, these are the Code of the Duelist special editions running like $5, so this will run you like $15. Maybe like you could pick up the common of the Solemn Judgment. Like, you can get a really budget deck core, and then the rest of the deck's like $30. And then like you can run triple duality if you don't want to run the Demise, or if you wait like 1 more month, you're gonna be able to pick up the Demise out of the Kaiba special edition box. So that way you're able to run this deck full power. And Regeki is expensive, so you can just run the Dark Hole. So yeah, there's just plenty of budget options. Ties of the Brethren came, if you bought this deck, you don't have to have the Ultras, it came with commons. All this stuff, this came in reprint for the Megatons, they're like $2 or $3. Like I said, this deck's really cheap. Like, this came in common too, inside the structure deck. All this came from the structure deck. Yeah, see, this came in the structure deck common, you can run that, you don't have to run the supers. You're able to just do so much with this deck. And that's pretty much it for the main deck. I'll go on to the extra deck. You don't really use it that much, but I'll just show you a couple cards. We run the 2 Avenging Parashaft Knights. This is pretty much all you're ever going to make from your extra deck. That's why they're still in the same sleeves as the deck. They're really, that's pretty much the only thing I ever summoned from the deck. These cards are just amazing. They let you change a monster to defense and inflict piercing damage. So it's not going to come up that often, but when it does, you're just really happy you had the card, and it's just amazing to have it at all times. Next, we run 1 copy of Baguska. This is probably the only Xyz I ever make all game long. Just being a skill drain is really good. Setting 4 Solemns and having a skill drain is just ridiculous, and it's just almost impossible to get out of. We don't ever normally have 2 monsters, but once we do, we normally just explode. Next, we have Key Beetle. Key Beetle's okay. He lets you detach 1 target a card on the field except itself, and it can't be destroyed by card effects. And if he would be destroyed, you can destroy the card that you target instead. Next we have Tsukiyomi. We have light monsters in the deck, so might as well. I don't know. I've never made any of these, but I just have them in here. You can. I was gonna run cherries, and cherries a bunch of things, but yeah, I don't really have a really good side deck for this, and most of my good side is in my competitive build right now, and this weekend is regional weekend, so I have put a lot of thinking into my regional deck, and I didn't want to take out my side and sleeve them up into different sleeves. But I can give y'all a glimpse of what it looks like in the Trickstar sleeves. So next we run 1 Minerva. These are just Xyz, I don't know why. Yeah, this card's really Giant Hand, good card. Gaga Cowboy for game, you know? Yeah, that's cool. Pretty much all you're going to use is these two with the Baguska. Oh, my bad. The Baguska. If you're able to make these two, you're golden, you're in a winning position. You're almost always good, so yeah. These come out pretty much for free, so free cards are always free cards. Next is if y'all want to show, I'll show you a little bit of side deck options that you can run now. You can run Artifact Lancia, Cherries, Chalice, Arrows, and like Kaijus if you want. These are just a small side I've got together for y'all today. These are pretty much, I just try to show you a side sometimes just because I know a lot of people like side deck cards, and the only thing I really changed from my side deck is Lancias since my last side deck. So I don't know why. I just like to show you a side in case there's people who do like to go to regionals and wonder what I side, or people at my locals that wonder like what do I side and stuff like that. You know, these are pretty much all I side. So there's really good cards. But to be honest, this deck is amazing. I'm just so glad this deck's here now. I'm glad we were able to play Judgment. The Solemn Brigade's almost back to full power. The deck's so pretty. I love it. Being able to turn 1 boards and set 5 pass and draw cards off Artemis, draw cards off Card of Demise. It's just amazing cards. Being able to pop a card after you negate a card. Recursion. This card lets you Rhoda. This card doesn't let you pay. Like, there's just so much. So much this deck does, and it advantages you so much. And if it's losing, yeah, it has struggles a little bit, but if it's winning, it's already won. And then if you're losing, you top deck Card of Demise, you just change the whole game. And then now you're at a big advantage, and like your opponent really has nothing to answer that 3-card draw you just got. And you got back row that can't be like targeted, and it's just ridiculous amounts of advantage you can gain. And I really like this deck for that. Maybe after I get my top with Trickstars, I'll be able to play this at regionals. And I know the Dark Magician deck got a lot of likes, and I wanted to show y'all one more thing just before we end this video, so that way maybe it'll inspire some of y'all to continue to watch this channel. And I will show y'all this cards that I just recently picked up. Alright, so for all my viewers who watch this on a daily basis or watch this very often, I was going to show y'all this because I know my Dark Magician deck profile got the most views out of any deck profile I've ever put on the channel. So here are my 3 copies of Dark Magician in the very sexy jump promo rarity, and I am very, very, very happy to be able to profile the new Dark Magician deck that I've been working on so hard, and I'm just so glad to be able to present to y'all this. And if y'all watch this, hopefully y'all can know that the new Dark Magician deck profile is going to be updated very soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just so glad to have this. We're almost at 50 subscribers, and at 50 subscribers, I'll be doing a card giveaway or a mat giveaway. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but y'all guys just please subscribe. We have like 5 more subscribers, I think, or 4 more subscribers to get to 50. And that's all I'm hoping for, like, and just keep pushing forward and keep pushing forward. And yeah, after regional weekend, I'll be able to upload a lot more deck profiles and be able to focus more on just deck profiles instead of like deck testing. So yeah, But I'm working on like currently like 5 different builds of decks right now, so I hope y'all are patient and I hope y'all do enjoy the deck profiles that I do for y'all. I try so hard to make tier 2 decks tier 1 and take them to events and stuff, and just do good with them at locals and at regional events, and just bring to y'all good content that's really low tier, but it's not as low tier as you think it is, because it's able to do so much in meta, especially since a lot of decks just got nerfed, and since Counter Fairies got buffed and Dark Magicians got buffed, being able to Trenchel at 3 and then Eternal Soul back something, like, it's just ridiculous. So I hope you guys are ready for that new updated list. I hope I can present to y'all an amazing, amazing list, and y'all guys will enjoy it. Alright guys, so this is Juan from the Yadalock signing out, guys. Peace. Deuces.